Hi everybody, I'm Dan Conley. I'm the Cub Master of Pack 539. I'm also the STEM Chair of the Players District of the Greater Niagara Frontier Council. And today I'm going to be talking to you about how to make Oobleck. I see that we wanted to give you some things that you could do at home if maybe you couldn't go out, and we were originally thinking slime, because everyone likes slime. Slime's fun to make, slime's fun to play with, but in order to do that you need borax powder, which I don't have laying around my house because I don't use borax as laundry detergent, and so if you do, it's a great activity to do, but we were thinking find something that people had they could just do with the things they had in their cupboard without needing to go out, because it's kind of hard to go out right now. And so we went with Oobleck. Now, Oobleck is actually named after a Dr. Seuss story of Bartholomew and the Oobleck. And it is two ingredients: cornstarch, water. That's it. You're going to want about a 2-to-1 ratio of cornstarch to water. Some recipes will say do 2 cups of cornstarch to 1 cup water. I did about 1 cup to half a cup of water, a little bit more cornstarch because I wanted it to be a little thicker. And you mix it together. You can add some food coloring if you want, and you get Oobleck. I didn't add any because I couldn't find any, and again, this is about using what you have at home. So before we get into what makes Oobleck really cool, let's talk about viscosity. So think of water in your head and how it pours. It pours really easily, right? Now think about maple syrup. It maybe goes a little bit slower, maybe like more of a stream. And then there's honey. Honey, it's kind of at the far end. It's very thick, and it it really just kind of pours. And this is probably somewhere between maple syrup and honey, I would say right now. You can see it kind of dripping down, and it kind of looks like slime probably on camera right now. But the cool thing about Oobleck is that its viscosity changes depending on how much force it's being put under. So you can see I pick it up and it drips down, but that's because it's not being put under any force right now. When I pick it up, you can see it comes out basically as a solid, and you can actually get a nice big chunk of it, and you can rip it apart, and it tears cleanly. And so it's called actually a non-Newtonian solid because it does not follow Newton's laws of viscosity. And so it's a really kind of strange texture to be playing around with, because when you pull it out, I have a fork too to kind of show this, because you can really stab the fork in and pick it up, and then it melts. But as soon as you take it out, it might be a little hard to see now, it is pretty much completely solid at that point. So I just lifted it up and I folded it over, and then it all melts back in. And so you can do a lot of different experiments with Oobleck. You can see, let's see, how far I can push it. Let's see how long it takes to get back to its liquid form. Let's see how it flows through these various things. And the best part, as a parent, is that Oobleck cleans up really easily. All you do is you wash your hands, and it's done. It's just cornstarch and water. There's not going to be anything sticky left behind. If you spill any on the carpet, like I almost did, I actually managed to get exactly in the glass of water that I had. But if it had fallen on the carpet, it's just cornstarch and water. And so you can just rinse it off when you're done. The one thing I will say is do not dump this down the drain or down the toilet when you're done. You can rinse your hands off, but this will clog your pipes, and you don't want that. So you want to throw it in the garbage when you're done with it, or you could let it evaporate eventually. That's another thing. If it gets on a surface, you let it evaporate, it just turns back into cornstarch. You can see basically my hands already. It's pretty much dried off into just a powder again. So yeah, try it out at home, make up some experiments, and everyone stay safe out there.